What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joshua Edwards, live from Brooklyn, New York. This is Panthers Pride Television. Look, you guys know that the NFL draft is around the corner. I'm going to reveal my mock draft, first ever mock draft I've ever done on any platform: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. First ever time I've done a mock draft. But before I get to it, man, I just want to reveal some key dates that are coming up. So if you guys remember, February 18th, that just passed a couple days ago, teams are now officially allowed to franchise tag or transition tag their players. February 24th is the start of the NFL Scouting Combine. March 10th is where teams will be able to contact free agents. This is going to be the kickoff of free agency. You're going to see a lot of guys get signed, a lot of guys not signed, record-breaking deals, etc. April 21st, offseason workouts begin, and then April 24th through the 26th is NFL Draft Day. But like I said, without further ado, here is my very official first ever mock draft. Okay, so kick it off. Number 1, Abdul Carter will be the very first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The second selection is going to be Cam Ward. The third selection is going to be Shedeur Sanders. The number 4 spot, I see the Patriots selecting Travis Hunter. At the number 5 spot, I think the trade is going to happen with the Jets and the Jags. I think the Jets select Jackson Dart, quarterback from Ole Miss. Number 6, I think the Raiders take Ted McMillan. At the number 7 spot, the Jags will select Mason Graham. At the 8th spot, the Carolina Panthers will select Will Johnson. You guys know how I feel about him. You guys know what I believe is wrong with our defense outside of obviously stopping the run. Secondary is a huge freaking issue, and he's going to be a guy that is going to just revamp our entire defense, create a lockdown position. Will Johnson at the 8th spot. Number 9, Mike Green. Number 10, Will Campbell. And then I think another trade is going to happen. Cincinnati is going to trade with the San Francisco 49ers. They're going to select Malachi Starks. Number 12, Ashton Genty. Number 3, James Pierce Jr. 14, Tyler Warren. 15, the Falcons will select Jalen Walker. 16, Mikael Williams, is going to go to the Cardinals. And then number 17, the 49ers will select Josh Simmons. And at the 18th spot, the Seahawks will select Tyler Booker. Now, you guys know what the hell I've been saying about my defense this entire time. I think Will Johnson paired with J.C. Horn is going to put us in a different realm. Like, I already believe that we are going to get a safety this free agency. I think Trayvon Moehrig is going to be a guy that we're going to target. And even if we can't get him, I definitely think that we're going to look at Javon Holland. So I think when you look at just the pieces that we can possibly get on the back end side and free agency, I think it only sets us up in order to get Will Johnson. Hell, even if we don't get Trayvon Moehrig, if we go out here and shake up the free agency by selecting Milton Williams, if you guys remember last offseason, what was the 2 things that we did? We built up the offensive line. We went right guard and left guard in free agency and spent quite the penny. So when you look at Milton Williams, man, and you pair him with a D Brown, guys that are going to cause disruption, guys that are going to be game wreckers, change the games. D Brown, if you guys remember correctly, this past season, not the season before this one, he set an NFL record for the most tackles from a defensive tackle spot. So if you just look at what the hell is going to be available, there's going to be so many guys there. Like, after Mason Graham and Abdul Carter is gone, there's going to be so many edge rushers to select from, so many great defenders at the cornerback position, at the safety position. Hell, I'm not mad if we go Malachi Starks. I believe that either Will Johnson or Malachi Starks is going to be the very first selection in the 2025 NFL Draft for the Carolina Panthers. You heard it here first. That is going to be one of the top two selections. We're going secondary to support our back end. Now, free agency. If you guys don't know, salary cap just increased. This past season, the salary cap was at $255.4 million. It is said to increase all the way up to possibly $281 million for certain select teams. But everybody is basically going to get bumped up to $277 million as the salary cap goes. We know that we're going to get rid of several people. Miles Sanders is out of here. He said that he wants to display his talents. Bro, I don't even know why the hell we signed you to begin with. Never thought you was that guy to begin with. So I'm glad that we're going to get rid of you. There's going to be other guys that are going to be available. The 336, Keenan Allen, you guys know how I feel about him. Milton Williams is going to be another guy that's going to be available. Trayvon Morig is obviously going to be available. And then Joey Bosa, we know that he is no longer going to be a part of the LA organization. And, if he's looking to create a different agenda about him while getting money, hell, come down to Carolina, man. We're going to have the bread. I believe David Tepper is going to open up his hedge fund money along with his wallet, man, and you're going to see guys go at a high clip. A lot of edge rushers available in free agency, and that's just where we're going to go. So I'm glad that we're going to spend the big money. We're not just going to talk about it. We're also going to be about it. So, man, I look forward to it. And the salary cap increasing is only going to cause more a better sense of urgency as we are headed into the new NFL season. So, you guys know I had to put the HBCU in here. The HBCU Combine is currently going on. So, the good thing that is going on is the HBCU Combine is set up right before the NFL Combine. And if guys perform well here, they're also going to be able to go to possibly the NFL Scouting Combine as like a late selection. So this right now is where guys are going to make a name for themselves. There are some hidden gems in HBCU football. I know because I played there. If you look at the NFL legends of old, the greats of the greats, the Shannon Sharps, the Jerry Rice, the Walter Payton, Michael Strahan, these guys went to HBCU. So there is some good ball. My mama always said, son, if you're good, they'll find you. And when you look at exactly just some possible late selections that we might edge toward or some free agent camp addition, there's a guy right now I believe is probably the best cornerback in FCS right now, currently speaking. James Burgess. He's 6'3", a lengthy corner from Alabama State. Had 4 tackles for losses this past season, 53 total tackles, 10 pass breakups, along with 4 interceptions. This guy is long. He's rangy. He was an All-American at FCS. Now, I know what the knock is going to be. He played at FCS. He did not play at FCS. He was still the best corner in FCS football. Argue with your mama. He has the length. If you're looking for a guy that's going to be physical, a guy that's going to have great technique, and hell, if you don't believe me, just go on NFL.com right now and look what they're saying about him. He has all the makings to be a great late addition, 4th round type of guy. We got 4 4th-round selections in the 4th round. James Burgess is a guy that's going to be there late. He was like I said, he was an FCS All-American. He adds length. If we don't go Will Johnson and we're still looking to add to the secondary, why not take a look at him? Why? Because he played HBCU ball? I just told you all the NFL greats that played at HBCUs. James Burgess has the potential to really be a solid corner, man. Look forward to what he's going to do in this upcoming HBCU Legacy Bowl game down here in New Orleans. But if you just look at just the physical standpoint, he has great ball skills. He's 6'3", he's long, he's rangy, a guy that is very, very high on my board right now in HBCU football. Now, another guy that I possibly believe will be like a free agent camp addition is a guy by the name of Jada Byers, running back from Virginia Union. Now, if you don't know about him, he set all kinds of records this past season in Virginia Union. I understand he went to D2. I understand he played D2 ball. But there's something that has to be said about you being an All-American at an HBCU. There just has to be. I mean, because that at that point, it goes to show that you are recognized by peers across the football landscape. Like, he had over 2,300 all total purpose yards, 28 receptions this year, 154 receiving yards, 2,061 rushing yards, 27 rushing touchdowns, and like I said, 2,395 all purpose yards. He can be a guy that can fill that void of Jonathan Brooks being out. If you want somebody to go up and partner up with Chuba Hubbard, you got to look at Jada Byers. Even if you just want to add him to a free agent camp edition, he's a guy that has great contact balance. He's able to read blocks and burst through the holes. And if you don't believe me, like I just said, go look at what they're saying on NFL.com. The numbers are right there. The tape is right there. He's been a guy that has been a huge HBCU combine standout this entire weekend, man. So if you don't believe me, just go do your homework. That's all I ask you to do. I mean, there's going to be so many great guys that are going to be available here in the late edition. So you look at James Burgess and obviously Jada Byers. Even if you don't want to risk a draft pick on selecting an HBCU guy, what's wrong with adding them to the camp edition? So just looking at these two guys, man, I think that these are going to be some great late round selections and additions through free agency. And, man, I look forward to it, man. Camp is almost here. The HBCU Combine is currently going on. And, obviously, the Scouting Combine takes part next week. Look forward to it. And, once again, we're out.